How's it going, everybody? It's been Miles here. Welcome back to another video here on the channel. I apologize for not posting in a while. Obviously, I've been playing the Black Ops 7 beta, and I've just been thinking a lot about my YouTube channel and like what I want to do with it in terms of future and like what games I want to even be playing for the channel. Mainly because I've realized that Call of Duty is just never going to be the same as it used to be. Therefore, it's never going to be as fun as it once was, and I'm never going to enjoy spending 10 hours a day playing Call of Duty the way I used to when I was 8 years old. So there are like other games I really want to explore. It's just I'm so used to and comfortable making Call of Duty content because as a kid it was the one thing I always really wanted to do, and I always feel very proud of myself when I make a Call of Duty Let's Play or a commentary because it's literally the one thing that I genuinely wanted to do but didn't have the technology or knowledge to understand how to actually make these sort of videos. So I'm just very grateful to be able to even have the technology to be able to do this. Even though I only have 250 subscribers, I'm appreciative that 250 people are willing to hear my opinion on certain things. There's so much shit I want to talk about in terms of the Black Ops 7 beta because they obviously made a lot of changes and a lot of people have a lot of opinions on it. I also I want to throw this out there. I saw that people were getting queued to play Battlefield 6 today because there were so many people trying to play the multiplayer that somehow there was like a max amount of people on the server. I'm not even sure how that's possible. Like, it's 2025. I'm not sure how you could have a full network. Like, I remember there used to be like 500,000 people, maybe even, was there ever 1 million people online on Call of Duty? Like, I don't know. But back in the day, there used to be hundreds of thousands of people online on Call of Duty. I do not remember ever being queued to load into multiplayer for Call of Duty back in the day. So I don't know what the fuck's going on with Battlefield 6. Honestly, I never really cared for Battlefield, mostly because of the fact that it was too team-based, and I was more interested in running around with rapid-fire SMGs as a child because I was just very, very, very weird. I like, you know, I just like gunning people down as innocently as possible for an 8-year-old to be doing that. Yeah. Anyways, so Black Ops 7 today, I'm gonna only talk about one thing, and that's skill-based matchmaking, because when the beta first came out, we all know that skill-based matchmaking was its normal bullshit in BO7. And I'm not gonna lie, like, this was one of my first games on, and this might have actually been my best game on the beta. I think I had like 50 kills and maybe 25-30 deaths. I mean, my KD wasn't insane, neither was my aim. Honestly, I had trouble aiming in this beta. I don't know about you guys, but aiming just felt pretty weird with a lot of these guns. Like, when I'm trying to keep my stick straight on them, it feels like the bullets, like on my screen, the bullets and the crosshairs on the enemy's body, and I can see their gamer tag, but the bullets aren't registering on my screen, nor are they doing damage, or am I receiving hit markers. So it's like kind of an eye fuck, because to me it looks like they're to be hitting him, but they're not hitting him, and he's hitting me, and I die because I'm getting myself in a gunfight that I think I can win, but apparently I can't, because even though I'm aiming on his body, nothing happens. This was actually the gameplay of the first time I ever got a dog. This was like my 3rd game on. I was like so hype to get this fucking dog. You couldn't even pet it. Like, I couldn't figure out how to pet the dog. So I don't know if that was like a lie that they told us just to fucking like get on the beta, because I was honestly looking forward to petting my score streak after getting 10 plus kills. You know what I mean? Like, that was the one reason I wanted to get a dog, so I could fucking pet it before it goes and mutilates the other team. But skill-based matchmaking, the first couple of games obviously wasn't really there because I didn't have any data on Black Ops 7. But then after I started having my normal 50 plus kills, you know, 20 something deaths, I was getting loaded into a lot of just a lot of bullshit, you know what I mean? I normally play by myself. I mean, my best friend and I, Marcus, we played the beta together, but I didn't really play with anybody else. Mainly because I didn't have any friends that were really interested in playing the beta, nor most of my friends just don't give a fuck, you know what I mean? Like, most of my friends stopped playing video games in like junior year of high school, which was like 2021 for me. But the skill-based matchmaking, like, even on the first day, I was just like not into it. And I think the main reason is because at this point, everyone who plays Call of Duty You know what I mean? Like, even if you're a casual player, you have a 120 hertz monitor. You have a PS5 or an Xbox Series X that's capable of running games at 120 FPS. You most likely have a wired connection to your controller and or a custom controller with paddles or trigger stoppers. You probably have control freaks, you know what I mean? Like, nowadays, modern game, and a headset and a microphone, like, you know, 3D audio, 7.1 surround sound. Like, today in 2025, the average gamer's setup is way more common and affordable than it was even 10 years ago. Like, 10 years ago, it was still rare during like Black Ops 3's heyday for somebody to have a monitor, a headset, a wired controller. And even then, you were like stretching it at that point. No gay shit. If you had control freaks, or if you had a modded controller, which means like you had back paddles or trigger stoppers. Like, I had a SCUF controller back in 2016. I had an Allier and an Optic SCUF controller for my Xbox 360 and my Xbox One. I had one for each. And they both had paddles, and I had control freaks for both of them. They were like $500 back in the day. And nowadays, you can get modded controllers with both for like 30. And I'm telling you, like, even back 10 years ago, like, those didn't exist on Amazon, anywhere. Like, it was extremely difficult, if not impossible, to find those things. So what I'm trying to say by that is, the average gamer is much more sweaty and agile and better at Call of Duty than they were 10 years ago. And because of the omni movement slash, you know, fast-paced Warzone style movement that Call of Duty multiplayer has now gotten itself to know and love over the last like 6 years or so, it's way more fast-paced, and, you know, gunshots here, gunshots there. You have like 0.2 seconds to react, and it has nothing to do with really the maps or anything. It has to do with, in my opinion, really the movement. And on top of that, everyone has a much better setup, and it's just like, obviously, the skill-based matchmaking is going to be a fucking pain in the ass, because everyone is just conditioned to be a sweat at this point. And I know it took a while to get to that point, but what I'm trying to say with that is that it was just like I was just sitting here and saying, like, what's the difference between this and Black Ops 6 besides the factor of me wall jumping? And to be completely honest, there wasn't any difference. Everything about Black Ops 7 feels identical to Black Ops 6, and whatever, you know, and it's Call of Duty, man. Like, it's the same game every single fucking year. Now, don't get me wrong, I like a lot of things about this beta, but I'm only gonna talk about the skill-based matchmaking in this video because I'm currently recording on my PS5 Pro on campus at school right now, and this is like the only gameplay I have on this console. The rest of my gameplay is at my dad's house on my PS5 Slim, and I'm not at my dad's house, as you guys can see. So I just wanted to make this video really quickly and get it out, because I'm gonna forget to make it later if I don't make it now. And it's already been like a day since the beta closed, so I just want to make some content on it. Then obviously they turned off skill-based matchmaking, but I'm gonna be honest with you, when they turned off skill-based matchmaking, I didn't really see much of a difference either. Mostly because, obviously, when they turned it off, everybody went on the no skill-based matchmaking mode. And not only did it not make a difference, most people were, honestly, in my opinion, playing on teams. I feel like I was going up against a lot of people in teams of 2 or 3 or even 6, bro. Like, people were on with their friends, and that's not a bad thing whatsoever. But when the average gamer is night and day compared to how they used to be, and everyone now has a setup, when I'm the only person on my team and I'm getting matched up with people on my team who are 11 years old and who just got the game, or terrible individuals, and I'm matching up against a team of 6 guys who all have a setup with monitors and controller, you know, all that shit's like, what the fuck? Like, dude, I didn't sign up to play in the Optic versus FaZe, you know, MLG finals. I just wanted to play some COD. And, you know, like, that's why I'm talking about the average gamer being so much better, because I don't really think it matters that Call of Duty is turning off skill-based matchmaking for Black Ops 7, because at this point, I think everyone has just been conditioned to play the way that we were playing in Black Ops 6. And it's like, it's a mindset. It's not really something that you can just like forget about. And what I mean by that is, you know, when movement changed and people started, you know, running around the way that they are now, and, you know, the old school players stopped playing because it was no longer about who had the better gun and who shot first. Now it's about who can slide better, you know, who's got better FOV sliders, stuff like that. They left the game. And I feel like, I don't know, I kind of feel like the same thing is going to happen now for the rest of us who think that skill-based matchmaking isn't going to exist. It doesn't really fucking matter that skill-based matchmaking isn't going to be implemented, because at this point, everyone's a fucking tryhard. Everyone's a tryhard. Everyone wants to get the next, you know, TikTok viral clip. Everybody's using the meta build. Everybody's using the meta movement settings. Everybody's using meta this, meta that. You know, no one cares to just sit down and play on their... No one who plays Call of Duty anymore is getting on, sitting on their couch and listening to the game on their TV speakers. And that's what I'm trying to say. Call of Duty is no longer, and it hasn't been in a while, a casual shooting game. Kids these days, teenagers these days, and most people these days are conditioned to experience this game the way that we used to watch the pros play back in like 2014, and that's just the way it fucking is. Everybody was watching those people back in the day. We wanted to be like them, and since technology has gotten us the ability to, you know, have this random kid in Oklahoma get this viral clip of him getting a quad feed, now he becomes viral, he gets, you know what I mean? Like, so now an average person can become the next big thing, and everybody wants that attention. Everybody wants to be a sweat. So honestly, and I'm not even gonna sit here and say I don't want to be a sweat, because when I get on the game, I'm fucking hunched over, you know, I'm like, but it gets to a point with me, and there were moments when the non-skill based matchmaking mode was on that I tried to sit back and relax, and I really just couldn't. I really just couldn't. There's a lot more than I wanted to cover in this video, but unfortunately the clip wasn't long enough and I don't have any more footage, so we'll get into more of this later. I'll label this as a part 1 of 2. I hope you guys enjoyed the first part of this rant, and if you did, leave a like, or I'll find you. You'll see what I mean in a second. Anyways, peace out, and enjoy life until November 14th, when Call of Duty kills our happiness again.